Hello everybody, welcome to LilyLuLou. If you're new here, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and I'm here today to clear some more packaging paper and bits and pieces on my desk. So I'm going to make what I'm going to call ephemera bases, and the reason I'm calling them that is because I'm going to make these things on packaging paper ready to be used either as pockets, then they'll probably need strengthening up a bit, or as journal toppers or just decoration. I don't know what they're going to be used for, but they're going to be ready to be used. So this is a Pinterest inspired make, and the lady that I saw on Pinterest was called Alison Scott, and it was a picture that she had pinned, but she does actually have a YouTube channel as well that I subscribe to, and the YouTube channel is called Crafty Ali Creates, but I haven't actually seen her video of making these things. I just saw her channel linked, so I will try and remember to link that in the description box below, but it will just be to her channel, not to a specific video. And what I'm going to do, what she had, there was paper dolls on a variety of backgrounds, and I thought, I've got paper dolls in my stash, so I could put something together in a similar fashion ready to be used. So as if you've been here before, you will know we have recently moved, and I have heaps and heaps and heaps of packaging paper, and I can't throw it away. It's got to be used in junk journals, but I'm trying to organise my stash and my space a bit, because I want to buy myself some shelves for my craft room. I've got to make sure this is big enough for, mind you, if I do it too small, I'm sure there'll be another one I can use. Sorry, muttering away to myself there. I've got my own craft room now, but I don't have any furniture in my craft room other than my desk. I do have a couple of, I have one set of drawers. I'm just looking around at what I've got. I've got a cupboard that my dad made, that I inherited from my mum. Who am I going to use, him or her? Maybe I should have made one of these first so that you could see what I was actually making, but I didn't. So yeah, I'm trying to organise my stash, so I'm trying to use up what I've got. So as per my last few videos, I've got all these things next to me on my desk still, all bits and pieces, all sorts of bits and pieces on my desk. So yes, I saw this picture and thought I'm going to do that. And the reason I'm starting off with packaging paper, apart from the fact that I want to use the packaging paper up, is because the picture I saw, I don't know if those items had been created on packaging paper or whether it was just the inking around the edge, but they did look like they had a little brown border. So I thought, oh, I'll use packaging paper and that will be the little brown border, and yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. So it was paper dolls and sort of tickets and numbers and background papers and words, and I thought I'm gonna have a go at that. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm one of those people, if I get a digi kit, I can't just look at it on the computer screen, I have to print it out. So I'm just removing these white edges because I know I'm not going to want them on this. Yeah, I have to print the digis out to sort of, I've got to see it in the flesh and see what sort of size it is on the paper and all that sort of thing. So consequently, I end up with quite a lot of digis that are not used because I sort of print them out, look at them, have an idea of what I'm going to do, and then I print them out onto the paper suitable for what I'm going to use them for. So, you know, if it's ephemera and things, I tend to print them out on heavier weight paper or cardstock. And if they're going to be pages in a journal, I print them out onto sort of nicer paper, just looking to see which side I want. Yeah, I print them out onto nicer paper because they're going to be a journal page. And so I end up with all of these lovely papers that are printed on normal basic copier paper, lying around, which is great to have as a reference, but they're taking up too much room. So I need to reduce, I think I need to reduce the amount of stuff that I've got. So I'm trying to do that so that I can see exactly what sort of furniture I'm going to need in my craft room. Because my idea at the moment is I think I'm going to get some Kallax shelves from IKEA, and then I can sort of use them as, you know, shelves, like book type shelves for all my books. I can pop baskets in other ones, you know, for sort of like storage bins. Then you can buy inserts, can't you, to make them narrower shelves or drawers or things. So they're quite versatile. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And I've seen a lovely big set that would go right along one wall in my craft space. But I'm thinking to myself, what if I don't need that much space, and my Cricut I don't think is going to fit on those units. But then I really want my Cricut out on a desk permanently. I don't want it somewhere that I have to keep getting it down to use it. So that's probably not actually an issue, thinking about it. And I say the set I've seen has a desk with it. So this little desk could go over in the corner. And you know, to have my Cricut on, and then I could have a bigger desk attached to the shelves for everything else. So this is why I'm trying to use up all my bits and pieces to see what I'm going to need. But I am then thinking, once I've used up all my bits and pieces and I no longer have my reference papers, I don't know if that's going to work for me or not, or if I'll end up printing them all out again. But for the meantime, while I'm trying to get myself organised, I'm trying to use up the things I have. So I'm not doing a very good job at inking these. These, for example, these paper dolls, you can see they're very, very flimsy. I got these from my it's not the Digital Collage Club, it's the other one. This is the Clip Art Club on making and creating. So I got these and they've just been printed out onto, as I say, just normal copyweight paper so that I can see what they're like, how big they are, and all that sort of thing. And they're just sitting in a box in my room, not being used, because normally if I was using a paper doll, I'd print them onto something a little bit more substantial than basic copy paper. I'm rummaging because I need something else on here. So I've decided, when I saw that picture, I thought I'm going to use those. I'm going to cut out those dolls that are just sitting around, and I'm going to use them. Where's my box of tickets that I want to use? I thought I had everything out ready that I want to use up, but I didn't. So yes, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like I'm waffling. Sorry about the noise. I feel like I'm waffling there, so apologies if that was the case, but I was trying to explain what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. So where do we want? That's quite nice with a bit of extra colour on there, isn't it? I've also got a bit of netting and some bits and pieces of, what have I got here? Material, fabric, left over from journals and things. So yeah, it's all just plopped on my desk, and I'm just trying to see what I want to do with it all. I forgot to ink the edge of my dictionary page, but I think it's okay. Right, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Do I want anything else under that ticket before I stick it down? No. I like it as it is, so let's just do it. Let's just do it. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some art glitter glue on the back of that ticket, and then it will go through the netting, hopefully, and stick them both down together. And then hopefully the glue stick will be enough for the little person, because the little person is only printed, as I say, on 80 GSM copy paper. So how are you all today? I hope you're all happy and well. I hope you've all had a nice bank holiday weekend. When you watch this, you're probably thinking, what bank holiday weekend? It was ages ago. But as I'm filming this, it's, what day is it? Tuesday, just after the bank holiday weekend. Oh, that didn't go through, so I will have to add a bit more glue on there. So it's absolutely tipping it down with rain here at the moment, and it's been quite cold this morning as well. I've got a jumper on. It's still August, but it's not August weather here. Not what I would call August weather anyway. So what I might do is pop that under my mat while that dries. Right, let's have a look at another one. Who shall we use this time? So yes, this packaging paper is the slightly heavier sort of packaging paper. It's not that soft. Yeah, it's the more substantial stuff. And I'm thinking that would be good, you know, if I do want to use it for pockets or that sort of thing. It's good to have the slightly heavier weight paper. I think he looks quite nice on there. So I'll just cut this down. Yeah, and I just randomly tore up the paper into more manageable sizes, because you know when you get it, it's not straight, is it? It's all sort of wonky. But it's all in huge, funny shaped pieces. So I just went through and tore it down into slightly more manageable sizes. Now this is quite large, but it could end up being a journal card, perhaps, you know, in a big pocket, or it could be added in just as a page decoration, or it could be a flip or a flap, or it could be a journal topper. So as I say, these pieces probably will be backed onto something more substantial at some point. Now, should we have our number 11 on there? Yes, why not? I'll tell you what I should have out is my bone folder. I haven't put it back where it lives, so goodness only knows where that is on my desk. I wasn't as organised before I started as I thought I was I? Never mind. We'll just go with it, Karen. Right, so let's pop this background piece down first. So yes, this is probably another in my little series of mass making, I suppose. I don't know how mass we're going to make. I don't know how many we're going to get through, but and how many we're going to get made, but we're going to do a few, hopefully. So if you want to grab some bits and pieces like this and craft along with me, feel free to pause the video and do just that. I think my next actual journal that I'm going to make is going to be an autumn themed journal. I'm saying that, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm going to have an autumn digikit to work with for my design team. So I'm thinking I will make another autumn journal, but it doesn't feel very long since I did the last autumn journal, although obviously it's a year ago or near enough now. But then because I had such a long gap of not doing anything, it feels like, you know, that was quite recent still. So I'm not sure if I might do something else with that kit. I haven't actually decided yet. And I do have several journals that need finishing off. But I keep getting them out and I'm not inspired to work on them for some reason. So I keep putting them back again because, you know, I don't want to spoil it, do something wrong, which sounds a bit silly, but you know what I mean. I want to enjoy working on my journals, not feel like it's a chore. And I also have the 2 journals for my grandsons to work on. So far I've just started pulling out papers and fabrics. Not sure if I've done any of that on camera with you or not so far. But they are, I think I have mentioned them on camera, although that could have been mentioned in that bit of the film I did the other day that didn't film. So I'm not sure if you know about that or not, but yeah, 2 journals to get started for my grandsons. Then I will have to do another one for my granddaughter. So yes, this is, I should have said this after the first one, shouldn't I? This is the idea. It's not entirely like the picture that I saw on Pinterest, but that's what sort of gave me the idea, and I'm just running with it in my own way. So I thought once these are made, the reason I'm calling them ephemera bases is because then we can turn this into whatever we like when we come to use it. So it's just going to be a stack of things that are ready to be played with. So I'll pop that one under there as well, and we'll do another one. Now the shape of this is sort of long and skinny. So if we can find a long skinny person, we could make, you know, this, we could have in mind that this may be a tag at some point in the future. So let's chop that off there. And obviously, because I'm ripping these pages randomly, they're not going to be straight when they come to be used. So I can either cut them down on the guillotine at that point, or I could, or be really wild and leave them as they are, or I could when I back them onto something else, I could make sure whatever that something else is square. So I'm not worrying too much at the moment about these things being absolutely square. I don't know what I want under her. Nope. Oops. Oh, we're going to have a craft lunch. Ooh. No, don't like that. I think I need to cover the majority of the back. I don't think I like the partial, which is interesting because when I did my birdies the other day, they were all partial, weren't they? So different things call for different things. Right, here's my pile of backing papers I was using the other day. That's not big enough. That might be okay. I had a bit of an accident with the inking there, but I'm gonna have to live with it, I'm afraid. So let's do that. I'll have a bit more. And the reason I'm popping these under my mat is because obviously this packaging paper is still quite screwed up from where it was used for packaging. So it needs flattening down a bit. I keep getting distracted because over the weekend we got a new lawnmower. Now I can't put that on there because she doesn't look like 1910 to me. She looks more like 1920s. Could be wrong, could be way off base there, but she's putting me in mind of 1920s. So I can't put a 1910 on there. So what else have I got already cut up? I've got all those strips of things from... That's too big. I've shown you before the witchcraft. You do, you know, these bits and pieces, I think they're called. So they just, I've just cut them into strips because they were all printed out, so that I can just cut off what I need or what I want from the strips, rather than having big sheets of paper floating about. So that's what's there, and that's what I'm rummaging through as I am talking to you. So let's, is that 1910 again? 1912, don't want those. Maybe just a number. No, don't like that. Where's my tickets again? What have I got in here? Some of these are genuine tickets. Some are from Digis. It's a mixture in here. That's a marriage certificate. Also it says, obviously not a real one. No. Should we have a bit of bright orange on this one? too much like that. Maybe that's a bit better. Just give this a little bit more of a zhuzh. So I'm not decorating these up too much, again, because when I come to use them in whatever way I decide to use them, they'll be probably further decorated then. Now I think I'll go a bit offset on that one. I'm going to pop her to one side. I'm not going to stick her feet down yet until I've got this positioned where I want it. That onto there. If I can pick it up just for a minute. Right, what else have we got here? She's rather glamorous, isn't she? This little boy reminds me of one of my friend's sons when he was a little boy. He's grown up now. But it just looks so familiar. I'm just thinking maybe we could do something with some lace or crochet trim, or should we do something with her? It's not going to be quite big enough. Let's get another piece. That piece is a bit thinner. So again, I'm trying to, you know, work on my overthinking and faffing about and just trying to stick things down and get things done. I know what else would look nice on these. Maybe some postage stamps. Right, what are we going to have behind her? What about this? Oh, oh look, there's a stamp on there. Let's cut another piece of brown that's a bit wider. Or should we just cut a strip off of the green, make it narrower? Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So if I tear off this side, we can use this on something else. I can pop that on there, and she can go on top. Oh, I'm going over this way a lot today, aren't I? It feels like. But I want to see that stamp. I'm just thinking if I've got anything pretty to go with it. Oh look, that sort of goes with her skirt, doesn't it? And it's exactly the same width. How funny. That means it was waiting to be used. So I think I'm going to chop the bottom off of this. just bring it down a little bit. Where do I want it? There. Maybe we'll go there. And do some inking. So if you have any suggestions about how you store things in your craft room, let me know. It's, you know, when you're making junk journals, you have so many different types of materials that you work with, don't you? It makes it more tricky. When you're making cards, the resources you use are much more limited, I find. And even, you know, when I was sewing and cross-stitching, and all of your supplies are similar sorts of things. So I think it's easier to store things when you're doing a craft like that that's a bit more, should we say, restricted? Not in a bad way, but it's just the way it is, isn't it? Whereas with junk journals, there are so many different types of things we use in our journals. You know, anything goes, doesn't it? So you end up with all these totally different types of things to be stored. And that's what I find tricky. You know, we've got 12 by 12 papers. I'm going to move this over and go to the other side like I started off with. Yeah, 12 by 12 papers. We've got, you know, genuine ephemera. We've got inks and ink pads and stamps and digis and all sorts of stuff going on. I can hear Max on the move. I'm just peering out the window because I'm expecting a Tesco delivery, but not until a bit later. And I just heard Max running through the house. And I thought, uh-oh, maybe they're here early. But I think he's just coming to see what I'm up to. And we want a little bit of glue on this lace. Hello, Max. Have you come to see who I'm talking to? You can't see them. Yes, we're pleased to see you too. You're going to rest. No, don't walk round wagging your tail. You're knocking everything over. Now, I feel like this is probably going to get a bit boring now because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, aren't I? So maybe I should call it a day. That is going to need to go under something heavy. But let's just clear the decks a little bit, show you what I've done today, and then maybe I'll just carry on off camera and do a few more. So let's get these ones out that we did earlier. So that was the first one. These may all be stitched as well, I'm not sure yet. They will definitely be added to when I come to use them. But here's what we have so far. Quite like them. They're nice, aren't they? What do you think? So that will probably become a tag, as I say. That may well become some sort of pocket or a journal card. That will probably be a journal card. That might be a giant journal card. It might be a topper. But it's nice to have them, isn't it? Just to hand, to use. Where's those greeny coloured bits and pieces? I feel like something could go on there with that green. Or is that too much then? They're all too big. this might be too much green. Oh, I like that there. All my tickets and things have ended up at the bottom, haven't they? It's that sort of, oh, maybe I should put her on there. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Or shall I have it over? See, again, I didn't stick her feet down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's add that before we go. And then I'm going to say au revoir. And I'm going to carry on playing without you. But if you've got all your bits out, you carry on playing as well. And then if you pop a picture up anywhere on Instagram, or if you're in my Facebook group, come and pop a picture up over there. Show me what you've done. I'd love to see. Feel free to tag me wherever you are on the socials. And let's pop a bit of that under there because I'm faffing. Right, so that's what I've done so far. I'm going to leave it there for now. And I'll be back with you hopefully in another couple of days playing with some more things. So in the meantime, thank you for joining me today. Take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy your own crafty time in the meantime. Bye-bye.